But it really does matter about number 4. Number 4 really that fired me up. Okay, so Clemson was given love off of legacy. Deshaun Watson is not suiting up anytime this year for Clemson, and neither is Trevor Lawrence. They got some of that legacy love. If you really watch these games, what Clemson's doing in the weakest of the 5 power conferences, they're in the most barroom brawls at any of these teams on here. They are on the barroom floor fighting for their life with teams that would get knocked out by any of these other big squads. They're the only team really in the top 25 with uncertainty at the quarterback position, and they have a veteran there. And the uncertainty doesn't come from health. It comes from play. You pulled a starter out in a win to get past the Syracuse team. An average Notre Dame team went out and knocked out 1 week later. And they're the 4th best team. Michigan should be sitting at number 4, point blank. They have their method of getting first downs and touchdowns. And I agree with Coach. McCarthy may not be the rock star the rest of these quarterbacks are, but they've carved out a role for McCarthy. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to move you around some. We're not going to put you in a whole lot of high risk. We got a freight train of a run game, and our defense will take care of the rest. They kind of insulated him like Georgia's done Stetson Bennett. So Michigan should be 4. They've been knocking teams out. 5 should be TCU. Really, it should be 4B. 4 ranked victories, Big 12 or not. TCU should be sitting at 5. Bama should be sitting at 6. You lost to the number 1 team on the road on a game-winning field goal, a clunker. All respect to the kicker. But your quarterback, your team, they rose to the occasion. It came down to that. Yes, a loss is a loss, but that's if Tennessee had the best win and Alabama has the best loss. Those things are married. And then lastly, Clint, then I can go ahead and see Clemson go ahead and have a seat at the 7th spot. That's you way down there. Next to the redhead. That's you down there, number 7. Now
here's the problem. Here's the problem, George. All right. Who's going to beat Clemson in the ACC? Right? Who's going to beat them?
Notre Dame.
I agree with you, but who's going to beat them?
Notre Dame.
Okay. You heard it here first. I'm going to remember that one.
Hey, I'm with you 100%, George. That Clemson got gifted the number 4 spot. I think it's the biggest horseshit ranking of the entire top 25, in my opinion. You cannot tell me that. I'll take our field of 12 group. If you could pull up, I don't know how many people we got, 15 little windows in this damn thing right here, and we all voted number 4 team in the country, not one person would raise their hand that Clemson was number 4. And if they did, I might jump through this damn screen at them.
Let me ask you this. Let me follow up with this. Let me follow your question with a question. Do you really mean to say in a neutral site, Clemson could beat Michigan?
No.
Could Clemson beat?
So here's the question, right? Are the rankings about right now, which we don't know, what they should be, right? Yep. But who's going to beat Clemson in the ACC? I'm with you. They scrap every week. They're not a great team, but until someone beats them, right? They're going to keep rolling along 8-0, 9-0, 10-0, and they're waiting for these other teams have to play real opponents. Right? Michigan's got to play Ohio State. You've got everybody else in the top 4 still got real games to go. Tennessee's got a real game this weekend. Right? So,
the game.
Yes. So, in my opinion, is the committee setting this thing up, or is it about right now? And that's something that we don't know. That's what everybody objects here about.
What should it be? Should it be the eyeball test?
Hang on. Let's zero in on a couple of these fellas. When I look at these rankings, we can go on for days about can so and so beat so and this team beat that team. The other thing that sticks out, I've talked to 15 different people the last 48 hours, last 24 hours about this college football playoff. Tennessee being number 1, Clemson being number 4 are 2 huge topics. The other one, and we've danced around it, is TCU, right? And coach, I want to really drill. This is one of my questions for you, man. I want to really drill in. You've coached in a group of 5. You've coached in the SEC. You've coached in the Big 12, Pac-12, all of it. Like, I want you to take us into a coach's head in one of these conferences, the Pac-12 or the Big 12, and you're sitting there. We all do it, and you're waiting for these rankings to come out. You may have said a million times, coach, these rankings don't mean shit. But we all know we sit around and look at them, coach. If you're coaching the Pac-12, or in this case, you're coaching the Big 12 and you're coaching TCU, and you played the kind of ball they played, and you look up and you got a one-loss Bama ranked ahead of you, a suspect Clemson, as George just laid out, ranked ahead of you, coach, take us into the head of a coach in the Big 12 or the Pac-12 that's getting screwed over like this.
Here's the other thing, right? And even in a group of 5 where you're undefeated, and you're better than teams that are in the top.
That's fair. That's fair.
You know, at Houston, we beat Mississippi State. We beat a bunch of people, right? And we were better than a lot of teams in the top 15. Couldn't get there, which was a chip on your shoulder, right? So what you say as a coach, hey, you know, we don't pay attention to that. Ain't about you as a coach. Your players are watching it, right? They come running back in on Tuesday or Wednesday when they change whatever the day it is, Monday night. They're going to see that and you know, they feel disrespected. That's what it is. And you can use that as motivation or you can ignore it, all right? Because Sonny has done a great job week to week to week with this football team. And they are obviously, and like I said, and George brought it up, Tennessee and TCU are real problems offensively, right? Yep. Real problems. And so regardless of who you're playing or what your schedule is made for you, okay? Just like Clemson gets it because they've been there before, right? The thing about college football, which is different than pro football, you don't have the same guys. It changes every year. And from year to year, and after 4 years, what happened 4 years ago doesn't really matter. So TCU, by their body of work and who they played, you know, they should be higher. But you look at this, right? You tell me this, Clint. They go to Tech. No, they have Tech at home. Going to be a real game. People don't respect
at Texas. Yep.
They're at Texas. They're at Baylor. And then they got Iowa State at the end. Right? Yes. So we'll know more here. They're going to have their opportunity to climb based on what happens in ahead of them, because the other people are going to have to play other people as well.